Good morning, everyone. Here, I want to share about the story of Mathilda. As we know, Mathilda is the story from Rhoda, tell about her family never give the attention to their daughter. And now, I want to share about the story, and I'm going to interview my 3 readers from Vidya Madira University, and now we are going to tell about the Mathilda, how the story grow and how the story develop, and the information more about the Mathilda. So we're going to discuss and we're going to share now on this time. So I'm going to interview my 2 readers now. Well, I start with the first question. How the story of Mathilda is grow and organized?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And as we know that the text of Mathilda is organized from the introduction of Mathilda's life. And Mathilda was born from the unfriendly family. From the beginning of Mathilda's life, she was like an orphaned child that treated unblameably by her both father and mother. Her father just focused on his career mostly, just loved his only son and ignored Mathilda. Her mother gave lack of attention to her daughter, so Mathilda was not loved by her family. But there was something could have Mathilda was she had a wonderful brain. She was very intelligent, but her family did not profess her ability. They recognized her as an abnormal child. She loved reading books. In the school, also she had a strict head mister, but she had a lovely teacher. She was Miss Honey. They had a good relationship. Miss Honey was friendly, helpful, and liked to hang out with the little Mathilda. Miss Honey was an orphan teacher. Her house was taken by her aunt, Miss Turnbull, the headmistress in her school. At the end of the story, Miss Honey, that was an orphan teacher, got back her house from her strict aunt, and Mathilda lived together with her in her new house.
So that's all about how the stories grow.
So that's all.
That's all. So I personally think Mathilda is a intelligent girl, and she has a good brain, and she is so smart. But her daddy never cared to her, and they just protect their son like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story like that. Okay, thank you. So the next question, the implicit information the author tries to convey in the story of Mathilda.
Okay, thanks for the time. In the story, the author implicitly wanted to tell the reader the situation of the children in his era. Based on the story, we found that they were under pressure. The author wanted to critique the social that not to see the child from their weakness, but it also encourage them to be the success person. Um, the story of Matilda was a sigh for the social the children have a due to Corvus as the human and also required to have a balanced advancement.
So that's all about the implicit information. The next question, maybe on the story, the author or the reader use any figure of speech, maybe?
The parents look upon Matilda in particular as nothing more than a scab. A scab is something you have to put up with until the time comes when you can pick it off and flag it away. And the second, her body was so slim and fragile, one got there the feeling that if she fell over, she would smash into the thousand pieces like a porcelain's figure.
So that's about the figure of speech that used on the Mathilda story.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. The next question, how the author or how the writer used the diction on the Mathilda story?
Okay, thank you for the question. The author used the diction from Mathilda's story. There are some diction. The first is escape. Escape, it means that how Mathilda's life treated by her family. I mean her father and her mother. And the next is about 1,000 pieces. This means that wants to explain about Mathilda's knowledge, also the abilities of Mathilda, and also want to describe that Mathilda is different with her another friends. That's all.
Also, do you have two diction? The first one is the Skype, and the second one is 1,000 of pieces. Okay, thank you for the answer. The next question, maybe on the story, do you find any juxtaposition on the story?
Just of course, juxtaposition is very clear in the story. We can prove by unbalancedly treatment between two child, Mathilda'S brother Michael and Mathilda. Even they are children of Mr. Warnbook family, but they have different treatment. Michael, as their son, got extraordinary treatment and pay much attention for him. But for Mathilda, is very poor. They didn't give much attention to Mathilda, even though Mathilda is intelligent child, and but Mathilda is very intelligent, so he can grow mature by herself by reading books. So this is very clear to prove the juxtaposition, different treatment between these two children by their parents. Okay, thank you.
So you take from all the story, you just take the clear juxtaposition.
Just is very clear in the unbalanced treatment by their parents.
So her daddy never give much attention to Mathilda,
yes,
but
like that.
to the Michael,
Michael, yes.
they give more attention.
More attention.
So that's the juxtaposition.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So next, how about the culture bound content and the diction on that story?
Okay, thank you. I think the story of Mathilda is based on the background of life of the author, because in that time television is very popular, It's very popular
On that
in this-
era.
on that era. Yes. So many children they more attention to television to watching TV. Okay, or we know in the story is telly. Yes.
To know information.
Yeah, to
more.
know information they
But on that story, we call that television is telly.
yes telly. They give more attention to telly but ignore book. But it's different for Mathilda. And also the culture bound is want to talk about a woman and a man position or stage. In the story want to talk about man is more powerful than a woman. So the woman it's not important. It's not important for them to got any education, but for the man it's important for them that this is very important for the man, but for the woman it's not. This is also the culture bound based on the background life of the author. And also I think we can prove in the Miss Honey and Miss Trunchbull want to say that the stronger or the strong or the powerful people they dominate the weak. We can prove Miss Honey's aunt took her house that her father gave her. So because Miss Honey is very weak, so her house is taken by her aunt Miss Trunchbull as the headmistress in the school, yeah, where he teach. I think this is the culture bound based on the story, based on the background life of the author. So the author wrote the story based on her on his background of life. I think like that. This is
So from the story, I can conclude maybe about the culture bound that you tell me. And that in that era, people really care about the boy, and they want the boy go to school, but for the girl not.
Yes.
Because they think for the girl because she have a beautiful face and that's enough. They
Yes,
don't
okay.
have to go to school.
Yes.
But for the boy, because he has a powerfully extremely about his body or what they can go to school. But for the girl, for the woman,
It's
they
not.
don't have to go to school.
yes.
So that's the difference between
That's
boy
the-
and girl. Okay, thank you for your time, guys, and thank you for coming here. And I don't even know your name. Maybe you can tell me your name so they can know your name also.
Okay, thank you. I am Vincent Susnendule, and you can call me Vincent. I'm from the
I know you from Media University. That's enough.
from the third grade of English study program.
You have a good English.
That's all.
Okay, I'm Rosiana Merezahat. You can call me Rosie.
Rosie. Oh, I didn't know Rosie, right?
Oh.
Nanti sudah mulai.
I know.
Go. Okay, my name is Robert. Robert. So people call me Robert.
Robert, not Berto? Berto and Vincent, you have a good body. You have a big body, so.
Thank you.
And what is your name?
My name is Diana. Okay. So basically, the story. From the story, we can get the theme from this story. Okay, we can learn from this story. So for the family outside, I just want to say, just give attention to your children as fair. Don't give more attention.
Just for
Yes, just not for the boy, but for the girl also, because they also need the.
Thanks for watching! Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe!